Miss Susie with the magical sunglasses gets a visit from Cousin Felix. Hello, my friend. Guess who's back? It's Miss Susie with the magical sunglasses, more beautiful and graceful than ever. In other words, the most adorable cat in the entire universe is back. And I am not only adorable, I'm telling you, I am also a talent when it comes to telling stories. All kinds of stories from my life. Exciting, sad, annoying, dramatic, and absolutely horrific stories. Fortunately, they usually end well. Thank goodness for that. Now I hope you're ready to listen, because today I want to tell you about the day I received a visit from Cousin Felix. It was a truly horrible experience, and it won't be easy for me to share it with you. It's because I'm so sensitive, you see. Well, the truth must be revealed. I know that it's not good to speak ill of others, but Cousin Felix is, how should I put it? He's in fact a very rude bully. To tell you the truth, Cousin Felix is nothing short of a terribly annoying creature. Oh, well, listen carefully. I woke up on a normal morning, well rested and happy, after a long, wonderful night's sleep. It's my beauty sleep, you see, something which is very important when you're as adorable as I am. I am sure you understand. Well, I was lying in my basket, yawning loudly and fervently, while stretching my lovely body and silky soft paws. Then I took my magical sunglasses from the beautiful mahogany box next to my basket and put them on my SSS. If you don't know by now what SSS stands for, it's definitely about time you read my other stories. You know it makes sense. Now I was just so ready to enjoy another amazing day and spent a long time freshening up and getting ready. After breakfast, I went into the living room and lay down on the couch next to my human. He gently stroked my neck, back and tummy. Did you know that I can make the sweetest noises with my tummy so that it sounds almost like a little motor? Well, I was very comfortable and sensed only peace when my human suddenly spoke to me. Do you know who's coming to visit us soon? Meow. I yawned a little and licked one of my paws. But I was also a little curious, of course. Who could it be? It's Cousin Felix. My human smiled, but I stiffened when I heard the name. Oh no, that couldn't be true. Of all the unbearable creatures on this earth, Cousin Felix was one of the worst. Meow. I meowed again to try and get my human to tell me when this would happen, but he didn't understand a thing. Now, don't get me wrong. My human is a good guy. He's just a little slow sometimes. I took a deep breath and shivered with fright at the thought of the last time Cousin Felix visited. It went horribly wrong, to say the least. I didn't even dare to think about how it would go this time. Despite this disturbing news, I decided to enjoy the day, which is in fact very easy when I'm wearing my big blue magical sunglasses. It's because they make my whole world around me look beautiful and alive. Yes, I actually forgot all about Cousin Felix and the forthcoming visit. Until the next morning. You simply won't believe what happened. Just listen. As always, I woke up after a long night, filled with the sweetest dreams of how wonderful I am, and stretched my gorgeous body in my soft basket. I had no idea that something was terribly wrong, but when I opened my eyes, I got the biggest shock of my life. I thought I was going to die. That's how bad it was. Miss Susie herself, with the magical sunglasses, stared straight into... Well, you won't believe it, but I stared straight into my own beloved sunglasses, which sat on a different snout than my own. And as if that wasn't enough, I also stared straight into the rudest and widest smile imaginable. I couldn't move. That's how shocked I was. But then I recognized the laughter. There's only one creature in the entire universe that has such a noisy, rowdy, and unbelievably annoying way of laughing. Cousin Felix. My blood almost froze to ice.
Hey, 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 look at you, old girl. Did you sleep well, love? You looked so sweet in your sleep, and then I thought of course you want to lend your sunglasses to an old friend.
I was speechless. Old girl? Did he really call me an old girl? Me? And what did he mean by lending my sunglasses to an old friend? Rude doesn't even come close to describing his behavior. What on earth was he thinking? As you know, the world around me turns into an unbearably stupid place when I'm not wearing my magical sunglasses, and that's exactly what happened now. Most of all, I wanted to hiss, growl, shoot my back, and show Cousin Felix my razor-sharp claws and teeth, but I had to be wise and cunning. I'm sure you remember the time when Max the monster was visiting, and I was blamed for all the trouble and was thrown out by my own human. That couldn't happen again. Then I wouldn't get my magical sunglasses back. Therefore, my voice was freezing cold when I answered. I am not an old girl. I am Miss Susie with the magical sunglasses, and I'm the most adorable cat in the entire universe, and you've stolen my sunglasses. Give them back to me now. But do you know what Cousin Felix did? Well, I'm going to tell you. He chortled loudly. He laughed out loud as if everything was incredibly funny.
Ha 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 ha! Yes, my dear Miss Susie sweetie, a little grumpy this morning, maybe?
I took some deep and slow breaths in and out through my SSS while staring at Cousin Felix. Miss Susie sweetie? Grumpy? Would you believe that he actually said that? I had to pull myself together so as not to hiss and growl at him. Imagine coming here in my home, stealing my magical sunglasses, and calling me his old girl and grumpy Miss Susie sweetie. I was red hot with rage.
If I were you, I would give me my sunglasses now.
I tried to sound deadly serious, but it just bounced off this impudent thug. He didn't listen at all.
Ho, 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 ho. Look at me, Miss Susie Snouty. Do I look amazing with these sunglasses or what?
I could hardly control myself any longer, but if I clashed with him, my human would most likely come and throw me out. That could not happen. I had to stay calm. Now Cousin Felix started walking slowly out of the bedroom.
Where are you going?
I spoke through clenched teeth and stared in disbelief at Cousin Felix, who put his paws gently on the floor, one after the other, swung his tail, wiggled his bum a little, and put his snout in the air.
Yay, look at me. Am I gorgeous or what?
Cousin Felix sounded like an old sailor when he laughed. I was boiling over with rage. How dare he make fun of Miss Susie herself with the magical sunglasses? He would come to regret that. I hissed deeply as I slowly followed him down the stairs and into the living room. This horrible thug jumped up on the couch, where he comfortably sat down with his hind legs crossed and his front legs behind his neck. I crouched down on the floor in front of the living room table.
Hey, little Miss Susie, babe. Remember the time when we were little and lay tumbling on the floor playing together? You sure were a lot more fun back then than you are now.
Now Cousin Felix laughed so loudly that he was almost shaking and had to hold both his forepaws on his tummy. I snorted with pent-up anger.
I've never been lying on the floor, tumbling and playing with you. Oui, mon ami, you have. You were just so small and cute that you don't remember.
It's almost impossible to describe how stupid he sounded when he tried to speak French that way.
Give me my sunglasses now.
I looked over one shoulder towards the kitchen where my human was. If only he would go outside, I could teach Cousin Felix a lesson that he would never forget.
Come on, Miss Susie, grumpy girl, cheer up. Why don't you come up here and have a chat like we did in the old days?
My gaze was frozen on Cousin Felix, who had now begun to scratch himself behind his ears, neck, and back. Goodness me! I was convinced he had fleas, and he was sitting on my sofa. No, thanks. I have no desire to sit on the couch and have a chat with you. I want you to give me my sunglasses now. I could no longer suppress a small hiss, but Cousin Felix just yawned and, of all things, lay down on the sofa and started licking himself in places that I dare not mention at all. Yucky! How utterly disgusting! I crawled under the couch to avoid looking at him, but who do you think stuck his head in under the sofa and laughed at me? I'm sure you've guessed. Cousin Felix. I'm not lying when I say that this creature has the most annoying laughter in the entire universe.
Oh no, is Miss Sulky a little crabby today?
I clenched both my paws and could feel my claws beginning to spring out.
Go away. Most of all, I wanted to hiss and snarl, but I managed to control myself. Instead, I growled quietly, hoping my human couldn't hear me. What's up, love? Do you want me to come in and give you a big, warm teddy bear hug to make you happy again? I was about to lash out at him with one of my paws. I couldn't believe his unforgivably rude behavior. Don't talk to me. But now Cousin Felix just laughed even louder. Cheer up, Buttercup. Whatever happened to Miss Susie Solemn? Has she lost her sense of humour?
Now this is where you should imagine that the room was silent as a graveyard for at least 10 seconds. I was mortally offended. I, Miss Susie with the magical sunglasses, one of the funniest beings ever to set her paws on this earth. I am, in fact, the funniest cat in the entire universe. How dare this outrageous bully say that I have no sense of humour? I could barely control myself any more, but I forced myself to keep a cool head. Then, all of a sudden, I had this brilliant idea. You see, I can certainly also be smart and cunning, just like everyone else, if the circumstances demand it. I crawled out from under the couch and smiled at Cousin Felix. Hey, I'd actually like to have that teddy bear hug you offered. I was curious to see if he bought it, and guess what? He did. Ha!
Righto, that's my girl, little Miss Susie sweetheart. You're gonna get the biggest teddy bear hug in the whole universe.
Cousin Felix came towards me, and when he was close enough, I acted faster than lightning. Within a fraction of a second, I grabbed my magical sunglasses and then bit him on one ear as hard as I could. I have some very dangerous and sharp teeth, if I do say so myself. It really takes a lot for me to get so angry, because I'm so friendly and patient by nature. But now I had had enough. I ran out of the living room and out to the front door in the hallway, where I meowed loudly. The last thing I saw from the living room was a very startled Cousin Felix, who was bleeding from one ear. I let out a satisfied snort. He deserved that. Fortunately, my human opened the front door before he discovered anything, and I hurried out. Cousin Felix had learned a harsh lesson, and I had managed to get my magical sunglasses back, using my cunning and intelligence. With my head held high and my snout in the air, I once again put my magical sunglasses on my SSS and started walking into town. I am so brilliant. It wasn't long before I began to see the world through different eyes. Everything became bright, vibrant, fun, and magical around me. The sounds were like wonderful, sweet music to my ears. The colors radiated beautifully, and everyone I met nodded and greeted me joyfully. I smiled at the trees that danced with the wind, and the leaves that rustled and laughed. The sun made everything shine so beautifully, and it was as if it gave the earth a big teddy bear hug with its warm rays. I laughed towards the clouds in the sky, which resembled big, goofy, and mysterious creatures, singing, dancing, and having a huge party. I know that you know how adorable I am when I'm wearing my magical sunglasses. Do you want me to tell you one more time? Okay, I knew you'd love to hear it again. I'm absolutely stunning, you see. My magical sunglasses sit perfectly on my SSS, and everyone admires me as I come walking, silently and elegantly, swinging my gorgeous tail and wiggling my sweet bum a little. That's me, all right. Do you remember that I found my sunglasses in a container behind the city's most exclusive restaurant? It's a place where they serve food and drinks of exquisite quality, and where only the most famous and interesting people and animals come to eat. Oh well, now you've heard the story about Cousin Felix, isn't he just one of the rudest creatures you've ever heard of? What outrageous behavior, and not to mention all the unbelievably stupid comments he made. Don't you feel sorry for me that I had to go through all of that? Of course you do. Fortunately, I got my sunglasses back, and I'm pretty sure Cousin Felix will never visit again. I was indeed the wisest one of us. I most certainly was. And so it is. Oh, but you know what? I've just thought of something else that happened to me a while ago. It was really horrible, and I thought my last hour had come. On the other hand, it's probably enough for today. I'm tired. Maybe I'll tell you about it another day. Maybe not. Now I want to rest a little, and when I wake up, I want to get ready for a walk in the city. You know, wash my fur, arrange my whiskers, fix my nails and that sort of thing. Afterwards, I will go out with my magical sunglasses on. Oh boy, will this world be full of joy. Oh, wait a minute, did you hear that? I can rhyme. Geez, I'm really talented. I'm going to stroll around the city and enjoy the attention from everyone who is so immensely lucky to meet me. As always, I will swing my lovely tail, wiggle my cute bum a little, and put one paw elegantly and gracefully in front of the other without making a sound. Then everyone will know that I'm the most magnifique cat in the entire universe. Would you believe how good I am at French? Before I'm off, I want to remind you of my little secret. You know, the one that you absolutely must tell everyone you meet. My secret is, and don't forget it now, every time my adorable paws touch the ground, something magical happens. You see, it's because my paws sort of tickle the earth, and it turns into a huge wave of joy spreading across the globe. Isn't that amazing? And isn't it simply the most incredible secret in the entire universe? I know this will probably make you very sad, but the hour of parting has come. Miss Susie, with the magical sunglasses, is saying goodbye for now. I really hope that you'll wake up one day feeling like the second most adorable being in the entire universe. Unfortunately, you cannot be the most adorable because I am that. We do agree on that, don't we? Well, bye-bye, my friend. And remember that when you look at the moon, know that you will see me soon. My, oh my, I did it again! The rhyme! Holy moly! What's next? Maybe I'll even become a famous poet one day. The possibilities are certainly endless. Just like the universe, when you're as adorable and talented as I am. Oh, well, have a jolly good time until we meet again, okay?